Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Stela for the Xbox Series S. The game is also available for the PC and Nintendo Switch. Stela is a platform adventure game developed by Skybox Labs. In Stela, you play as a woman caught in the last days of an ancient world. So what is it like to play? Well, there isn't a great deal to cover in terms of raw gameplay. Your character can run, jump, and climb objects. You can also interact with switches or drag large objects to help you navigate the terrain. And that is really about it. It's kind of like walk to the right and hope for the best. Despite the basic gameplay, the game world is a gorgeous one to travel through with burnt out forests, frozen wastelands and surreal locations. But to me, it felt more like a sort of technical demo or a showcase for the art team than a traditional game. It's avant-garde, it's surreal, it doesn't make a lot of sense most of the time, but it's still pretty satisfying. There are some puzzles to solve, but they are so basic it's hard to even call them puzzles, as much as, opening the front door to your house is a puzzle. Also, there were lots of things in the game that I'd felt that I had seen before in other games. There wasn't anything really that stood out and you thought, wow, that's fresh, that's cool. It all felt a little bit like deja vu. But the few highlights usually involved sort of the chase sequences, whether you're being pursued by a plague of beetles, a creepy shadow or a large snake. These tense segments, they do breathe a bit of life into a fairly lifeless game. Visually, I can't fault the game. It has this stunning, sleek and minimalistic art style with really gorgeous levels, interesting sequences and visual metaphors. I personally would really love to see this art team work on a more complex project to see them, fulfill the potential that they clearly have. The sound work is of the highest order too, with wonderfully dramatic music, excellent ambient effects and really good sound effects on the whole. Okay, good and bad points. What's good? It's visually stunning, the soundwork is excellent, and it's an easy on the eye, simple game to complete. Bad points, the game lacks any core gameplay system to make it stand out from the crowd. It felt a little bit more like a technical demo than a traditional game, and it's an example of style over content, with the whole thing requiring almost zero intelligence or ability to complete. So what's the verdict? Stela is not a stellar game. Once the lovely visuals and great sound fade away, you're left with a remarkably basic and primitive gameplay experience. It's all over very quickly, and after finishing it, there isn't really any reason to ever revisit. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it's not really a game in the true sense of the word. It looks and sounds wonderful, but underneath, I can't say it's going to hold your attention because there really isn't a lot there. So I can't really recommend it. Maybe in like the hard sales, but even then it is pretty forgettable. I finished it and I really didn't spend any time thinking about it afterwards. It's not one that will live long in your memory. So scoring wise, I would give Stela I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It looks nice, sound nice, it's okay, but limited. Okay, that's the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.